Hi, I'm Sun Trong.
And I'm Jashima Kurumaka. Monday was the kickoff of Project Purple Week here at Putnam, and we've got this story.
The boys basketball team is rounding into shape. We've got highlights in all the sports action.
It's the year of the rooster. My co-host here will explain that and what it all means.
So don't count your chickens until you've watched this edition of TBN Student News.
Sports has been heating up this week.
Rafael Perez has the scoop on sports.
Thanks, guys. It's been a busy winter for our Putnam sports team, especially wrestling, where they're off to a hot start after winning their last tournament this past Saturday. One of Putnam's best, Jerome Rum, I had a chance to talk with him about his performance so far.
What do you bring to the team?
I bring a strong energy and a good leadership.
Do you feel those do you feel that what you bring to the team is helping the team overall?
Yes, my leadership, I help coach my team a little bit. I'm one of the captains.
The Beavers face Central next Wednesday at 7 p.m. This is one match you don't want to miss. Switching to basketball, the boys varsity polished off Pope Francis last night at Putnam. The final score was Putnam 77, Pope Francis 52. The Beavers' Taylor Martin led all scorers with 22 points. Here are a few highlights from last night's game. Richard Foster splits right through the defenders and finishes the acrobatic layup. And we see this great defense by Nashan, who starts the fast break for Richard, who gets it to Taylor Martin for the fancy layup. Pope Francis thinks they have an easy layup until blocked by McCoy. Jalen McCoy with the rejection. That was impressive. They sure needed a lot of chemistry for the play, which is something Bieber, John DeJesus spoke about.
Well, how's the season going so far?
We're doing kind of bad, but we just need to build chemistry together.
You as a player, how are you gonna help your team with building chemistry?
I'm gonna have to lead. I'm just gonna have to help them out and push each other in practice.
Let's see how they do against New Mission High in Boston on Sunday at 6. Now on to girls basketball. The Ladies Beavers played last night at Franklin Tech. Check out our Facebook page for the score. On to indoor track. The Putnam boys and girls squad both lost last Friday. They were trying to avenge themselves when they take on Holyoke this afternoon at Smith College. That's all for sports. Now back to the news desk.
If you have never been to a Springfield Sting professional basketball game, or you're looking for a reason to go to another one, mark down this Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Basketball Hall of Fame.
The Sting will play New York, and Putnam will make its presence felt. The game will honor Putnam's leadership role as great supporter of the THP Project Purple initiative. Our boys basketball team will be honored, our choir will sing the national anthem, and our cheerleading team will be on hand. The freshman singer, Denacia Morales, will also perform.
You can buy tickets online or at the door. This one evening you don't want to miss. The best basketball players in the area and some of Putnam's best to entertain you.
That's tomorrow night, Saturday, 7 p.m. at the Hall of Fame.
As Yoshima said at the top of our show, 2017 is the year of the rooster. That's according to the Chinese calendar, which begins on Sunday. Hear what it's all about.
The Chinese New Year is a traditional Chinese New Year, which they call the lunar calendar, so it's based on the Chinese calendar, which is like more than 4,000 years old already.
Chinese New Year's is more of a cultural, well, what I believe is more of a cultural things. Family gathering, friends celebrating. It's more of an event for the people in the Asian community to get together, relax, have fun, and don't worry about anything else.
It's on the 28th, Saturday, which is, again, by the Chinese calendar, will be the January 1st, which is Rooster Year.
Chinese New Year's is important to the Asian community because this is the time where sit down, think about what we're doing, and just go through our life as peacefully as we can.
It's very important because in Chinese they call the Spring Festival, really. It's called Spring Festival because it happens in spring. There is a story goes saying like the emperor got all the animals to have a race, and whoever the first 12 get there will have the year named after them.
Each animal represents, as each passing year comes by, like a type of behavior. That's why I think of it. Like how the ox represents as the strong, hard-willed personality.
This is crunch time for seniors.
That's right, Jashima. A lot of seniors are finishing their college applications. In this edition of Senior Moment, we asked Nelson Escobar about his senior year.
I plan on going to college, but I don't know what for yet. My most memorable moment was when I was performing at the Black History Month event in the 10th grade. It was a very memorable moment because I had written a poem relative to a racial slur, but the purpose of said poem was to explain one perspective of how the word is used. The friends I've made, because like I've had awesome times with the friends I've had here, and we all talk about how I want to do cool stuff or whatever. There's some friends I've had where we talk about how I want to do collaborations, et cetera, but sometimes time is an issue, location is an issue, and then since we're going to be graduating and we're probably going to diverge off into different like fields and things, it'll be even more harder because the accessibility will become much more difficult to approach.
You can't help but notice that it's been a Project Purple week here at Putnam.
And being purple comes with a pledge. Here it is. I pledge to be true to myself by staying away from drugs and alcohol, to support my family and friends by helping them stay away from drugs and alcohol, and to celebrate and accomplish my goals in order to have a successful future.
So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart coming to my high school and making a difference in that one kid's life.
Students, teachers, and staff flocked to the bleachers, all to listen to a message of hope in the fight against teen substance abuse. Chris gave a lecture on the effects of substance abuse and the effects it could have not just on the victims, but their families and friends. At the same time, he also addressed the issue with bullying and suicide, on how peer pressure and making fun of classmates can be just as toxic. Students were inspired by hearing stories and words of compassion, where they learned much about drug abuse and respecting the lives of their peers.
I think it affected me in a good way. Like, it really opened my eyes up to a lot, and like how people like really see like drugs and how it can affect and take over people's lives.
I think it was wonderful. It's really inspiring, and I think a lot of people should listen to his words. It's an amazing experience, especially if you're going through something like that.
Well, I think it's pretty neat about how like we're supporting all these things like drugs and alcohol and the people who are affected by it. So it's a pretty sweet thing, and like it makes me happy.
Felt great, you know. I actually got to take a picture of Chris Herron, and I feel like he impacted my life in a great, fantastic way.
Chris Herron has shared one last moment with the Project Purple of Putnam in a photo. Hugs and smiles all around in a grand show of how much Putnam has accomplished so far. This is Ariana Perez signing off for TBN Student News.
Join us next week and check us out on Facebook, where you'll find all our Putnam TV videos.
See you next week. Thanks for watching.